Alright, y'all. So today I wanted to make a very quick video to give you my thoughts on some recent major Superman related news. Also, some recent and interesting news with Paramount. So, first, the Superman and DC related news. So, James Gunn was once again recently asked about the Superman follow up film that he's currently working on. The man is a very online person. He definitely responds to questions a lot. Very very communicative, if I'm saying that right. When he was asked, he basically revealed, now we already knew this, that this film is going to be centered around the Super family. And we got a bit more information now about the project. Basically, the film he's currently working on, the Superman follow up, is he wants to call it Superman Saga or the Superman Saga. And we got some updates on the progress of the movie. Reportedly, he's already completed a fully fleshed out treatment, and he's currently working on the script. And according to his words, he's hoping to get the film into production very soon. So my quick thoughts on this news. Well, number one, this kind of shows you the status of this project. The possible title for this new movie, Superman Saga, is not necessarily a bad title. I didn't expect a title. I personally would have preferred something maybe like Super Family or hell, maybe Superman Legacy. I think would have been a little bit better. But Superman Saga sounds fine. And like I said, I'm sure the title could change at any point. You just named that. He's just naming the project that at this point. People forget that originally his first Superman movie was going to be called Superman Legacy. So anything can change. And it's great news to hear that there's already a treatment. James Gunn definitely knows what he wants to do with the story and has fully fleshed out his ideas and is currently working on a script, which I'm sure he will eventually finish at some point. And the fact that he's already talking about wanting to get this thing into production, I think kind of speaks volumes of how quickly he wants to get this film started. Since already now, it's only been like a month or two since Superman came out, and he's already talking about a sequel. He's already talking about the fact that he wants to get into production. I'm sure he's going to get this film. My best guess, since the way he's been speaking about it, is I'm assuming he's going to get the script fully done, and I'm sure he's going to get probably other people to look at it and get approved and all that. My best guess is this project could actually get into production next year. I have a feeling that this movie, like I said, the way he's talking about it and the way that there's already been a lot of progress made on it, I feel like this film could enter production next year and maybe aim for a 2027 to 2028 release date. Now, this is, like I said, completely speculative. We don't know if that's true, but like I said, the way he's talking about it. And overall, I'm pretty excited for this news. I'm very excited to see the Superman follow-up. I really like the first movie, and I'm definitely looking forward to the next film that he's going to be writing and directing. There was also some other related DC news in terms of other people that could potentially be in James Gunn's DC universe. Now, the assumption would be, right, since this is like a rebooted universe, all the characters from the previous DCEU, all the actors involved, would not come back to reprise their roles, right? There's been some exceptions. You got like Peacemaker. That's an exception for him. Apparently, Amanda Waller is an exception and so on. But you would just doubt, like I said, that's a general assumption. Well, a fan asked James Gunn if Margot Robbie, who played Harley Quinn in a lot of the earlier DCU movies, is going to come back in this new universe. And he didn't outright deny it. He just said that there'll be more on that moving forward. So it wasn't a denial. It wasn't really even a yes. It was more of just a wait and see. My quick thoughts on that response. I personally want a new version of Harley Quinn. As much as I liked the earlier version in the DCEU, this is supposed to be a brand new universe. So like I said, the new opportunities for new actors to come in and give their takes on these roles, I think would be much more preferable, right? I would prefer a new version of Harley Quinn. I think they already confirmed it with Wonder Woman that the old actress is not coming back. So I kind of want the same approach with Harley Quinn. That's just my personal opinion. But yeah, that's kind of like my overall thoughts on it. And now for the final bit of news. So recently, the Skydance Paramount merger got completed, And Paramount kind of came out swinging with a bunch of new headlines, with a lot of new things they kind of wanted to announce and things that they're prioritizing. They kind of said basically they want to release up to 15 films, all released theatrically. They're not really looking at streaming right now, which I have to give them props for. I think a lot of money is being made in theatrical releases more than streaming releases. Regardless, they also mentioned that their top priorities right now at the studio are getting a Top Gun 3 off the ground, which I'm totally down for, a new Star Trek film and TV shows. Apparently, the guy who made Andor is going to be doing a Star Trek movie, which, I mean, that's already great news to me. I loved Andor. I thought it was an incredible show. So the fact that he could be doing a Star Trek movie is great news. And, of course, Transformers is a priority for the studio, which is really great to hear since it's been kind of like, really unknown what the status of Transformers is right now at Paramount. So it's glad that they are still keeping it a priority. Now, more specifically with the Transformers news, they mentioned that before the merger, there was like 3 projects kind of in production or in really early pre-production at the studio. And then, of course, after the merger has been completed, apparently these 3 projects are nearly at a completion, nearly done at a pace or at a progress, so to speak. I'm kind of losing my words. All these 3 projects are nearly completed to a point where the Paramount leadership will take a look at 3 of them, evaluate them, and see which one they actually want to greenlit. So my quick thoughts on this. So it's great that, like I said, Transformers is a priority for the studio. I do think it's interesting that there was 3 Transformers projects in development at the studio before the merger. I'm assuming this was the Josh Cooley movie and the G.I. Joe Transformers movie, and now the upcoming Michael Bay attached Transformers project. And like I said, I've already made a few videos on the Bay movie. I feel like out of all 3 of these projects, and like I said, they're all getting to a point where they're apparently going to be presented to Paramount leadership. So I feel like in the next few weeks, we're definitely going to hear something official from the Transformers front. I mean, we're going to hear something official, right? We're going to hear like either 1, officially Bay's coming back, or 2, officially this Transformers G.I. Joe movie is happening, or 3, like officially this Josh Cooley movie is going to happen. We're going to hear something official, which arguably is really great news. Like I said, it's really great that they're taking this property as a priority and that they're kind of like taking different approaches, seeing which one works. I personally see them greenlighting the Bay movie just because, like I said, the past history of Transformers and the financial success they've had with them is kind of a given. I mean, plus Bay actually wants to come back. It's not a place where he's just like being forced to come back for financial reasons, right? So yeah, I'm overall pretty great news. We're probably going to hear more about it later on down the line. So yeah, that's kind of want to give you my quick thoughts on some updates with Transformers, Paramount, and DC and Superman related news. All right, y'all have a good day. Peace.